Hello, and welcome back to Oregon Angels Podcast. I'm Wes, and this guy is.
Brett Franklin, I'm a professional cosplayer.
And once again, welcome back to our little podcast here. We have a wonderful topic to talk about today. We are talking about the Special Olympics.
Yes.
It's really awesome because we just recently have created a partnership with them this previous week, and I'm excited to see what we can make of it. So,
Yeah,
Brett,
I think it's going to be a very exciting thing for us to get involved right now. Ever since the pandemic, it's been, I could tell a lot of the clients have probably been really itching to do some activities.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, and I was talking to a guy as I was discussing our partnership. He was telling me that there's going to be a event coming up here in September,
Oh, nice.
and they're going to start fundraising and getting that going here. So I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, and I think for them to have that ability to feel like, hey, I can be part of something. I'm not being held out of anything here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great thing because really, at the end of the day, they're humans like us. So.
Yes. And you should be treating them as same as you want to be treated as well.
True, very true. I remember growing up and having my parents say that to me. If you want to be treated a certain way, then you treat people a certain way. So yeah, and I'm truly excited. I mean, I'm sorry if I'd be repeating myself here a lot, but I've seen something amazing because as I look in the area that we're in here, it's awesome because we're in an area where a lot of people are really benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
And just to watch your eyes. I remember a few years back when I went to my first Special Olympics to help out, and just watching the individuals just see people that they know and just being able to get out there and just having fun, which was like the biggest thing.
Yeah, seeing that smile and then seeing them happy, it just makes it all worth it.
Oh yeah, watching them come up and be like, look what I got, and see that they got that medal, it's like, it didn't matter if they were first, second, or third, it's the fact that, hey, look what I accomplished,
Yeah.
It was just awesome, and just, there's a lot of things that are geared more towards their disabilities to help them, but it's fun to watch them do like a ball, I can't remember the name right now, but it's called a ball toss or something like that, but it's almost like a shot put throw for them.
Yeah.
And to watch them do that is just great. It's just wonderful. And then, as I was reading through this website, the Special Olympics, just awesome seeing that they get to go and have this fun, and all the events that they're planning on doing is just great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, I'm excited to see what we come up with, and I know, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but it's just excitement to see what's going to happen, what's going to come next. So.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Get them more opportunities out there for them.
Definitely. And I think for them to show the rest of society that, hey, we can do what you do, it's just we need the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Give us that opportunity. You'd be surprised what we can do.
And the first Olympics I remember going to and helping out at, it was, gosh, I lost count on how many programs were there, but there was, I would say at least 36 programs from around the local area.
Yeah.
That had participated just in that one county, and that was just amazing to watch because it has many people that there was there. I think something like 1,500 people were at that particular location just for that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite amazing, really. And most of these guys were just happy to see each other, just go look happy,
Mm-hmm. That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah. But, and I think that kind of inspired me to get a hold of the Special Olympics and be like, hey, how can we help you out? How can we provide a sponsorship or partnership? How can we support you in your cause?
Yes.
And I think what's great now is that we have that partnership where we can help them with fundraising and donations and just getting the word out and just supporting their events. And then for them to help us out by saying, hey, we have resources here that you can go talk to these guys that they can help you out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a wonderful thing because our ultimate goal here at Oregon Angels is to provide those resources. And I think by being able to work with other organizations will expand that and make it so well worth it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So there's a lot of good things I think you and I have been talking about. And there's some things we have in works to expand on. So we're constantly expanding on them. And
Oh yeah, we'll get some more people on board.
yeah, and honestly, I mean, right now we're small, which is okay. You gotta start somewhere.
Got to start small, then eventually we'll start expanding.
Yeah, and honestly, if people want to volunteer, please go to our website. It's OregonAngels2021.com, and you go there and you can kind of see what we're up to, what events we're working on, or you can even donate. You can even find out more about the ways to volunteer. You can get a hold of us anytime on that, and we'll find a way to plug you in. We'll really find what your strengths are, or if you just want to come out and help out because that's what all you want to do, great. We'll take whatever help we can get, and we'll support you along the way.
Yeah, and we have other platforms if you want to watch our videos. There are some on YouTube. Go to Oregon Angels 2021, and we'll post it on Facebook as well.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited because we're also doing talking about donations and fundraising. We just started one of several right now for autism awareness.
Yes, that's one thing. There have been a lot of struggles with that. So this is a big opportunity that we want to show those parents out there. We want to be that guardian angel for you. We will help any way we can to give you the sources. If you're struggling with money, we'll have, like Wes said, we'll have some money tied up. We'll come in and help you with money.
Yeah, and and that's one thing. It is a struggle out there, really. It is. Because for wheelchairs, sometimes they break down and you need either a new one or you need it repaired. That can be costly, and sometimes things are not always covered, and you're constantly thinking, "What do I do?" So if we can help make sure that there's wheelchairs are kept up, or help families that are in need for a vehicle that is more wheelchair accessible, then we'll do everything we can to help you find the money and raise the money to be able to get that.
Let us be that guardian angel for you.
Yeah, because it's at the end of the day, I just think having that help, that little thing, just relieves a whole bunch of stress off.
Yes.
And I'm not a parent myself, but knowing the fact that watching families day in, day out in this profession struggle is just really, really rough to watch. Really rough.
Yeah, I know it was pretty rough that second episode we did with Jennifer. Just listening to what she was saying, I couldn't help myself but in tears, and just make me more excited to do this and help her find these sources and help her with finding ways to help her with money.
Yeah, and I think as I listened to her myself, I was really hurting inside for her, because it's something that people have this concept of, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. And then to hear a parent struggle with their child and not having the access to resources, or not having people understand, it's really heartbreaking. It's really, really rough to watch, because at the end of the day, it's like, you didn't do anything wrong, and your child didn't do anything wrong, but yet there's this issue, and you're trying to deal with it, but there's really not much out there to deal with it.
I didn't know the struggles that when she was dealing with in high school. We knew each other for years, and I had no idea that the tragic events that she went through, and that just made me really sad, and just made me want to help her so bad and show her, we're here for you.
No, definitely, and I think, because we discussed what we kind of want to talk about on a weekly basis, and when you had shared that with me, I felt it was important to get that out right away.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, just knowing that someone cares that they have your back. It's a great thing to know that, just to hear those words.
Yeah.
You know.
I could tell it's made her feel really, really good that when there's somebody's got her back, knowing that there's people who want to help her.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, honestly, oftentimes, that's all we really need is to hear, yeah, we got you. We're here. We got your back.
Give her that hug, give them that support.
And, I think as a society where we're going right now, it's really ugly out there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of rough situations. And I think if we can just step back and realize, hey, let's look at the bigger picture. There's more here than what meets the eye. And now, not saying that no one particular situation is more important than the other. It's all important.
Yes.
It's all important. At the end of the day, we're all in this together.
Yes. And I feel it's very important now that it's time for us to rise up and to show that we are here. We want to be treated as equals. Let's end the hate, all the bullying. Just, give us respect, just like you want respect as well. That's all we ask.
Definitely. And in the disabled world, in the disabled community, I should say, that's just the biggest thing that they want is to be seen as human beings.
Yes.
Just to be seen that, hey, I might have this disability, whether it's Down syndrome, which is, can be a tough thing to deal with, or even autism, or physical disability like being paralyzed from the waist down. You're looked at as this less than. It's like, no, just because you have these things doesn't mean you cannot live a productive life.
Yes. Yeah, you'd be surprised at the things we can do.
Yeah. I mean, I've had the joys, I'll be honest, I've had the joys of watching you and others throughout the years live the best quality life. And I have this honest view, honest belief that individuals with disabilities appreciate life a whole lot more. And that because of that, I think those of us who don't have disabilities can actually learn from that.
Yes.
It's like, look, these guys have figured out how to appreciate and enjoy what they have. So if they can do that, let's learn from that. Yeah. And there's a lot of love, there's a lot of respect, there's a lot of things we can learn from that.
Love is a very powerful thing.
It is. And we're not referring to that little ooey gooey stuff you see on some of these drama movies or anything. We're talking about real love, like, hey man, got your back, I'm there for you, or that little light bulb going on,
Yeah.
Unless you're into that gooey stuff, that's okay too. No knocking on anybody here, like this guy here. But no, you're right though. It's to be able to look at someone and be like, hey, yep, I got you. Let's go chill. Let's go hang out. Let's go do whatever. I just think that's an awesome thing.
Yes.
This is our 4th episode, and I think each episode we're getting better. But now I want everybody to know that we're just fresh starting this, and this is all a venture for us too. So we're kind of making our way. We're learning as we go. I know at times it might sound like, well, these guys are just kind of like, because we know that. But I think the big thing is the fact that everybody out there knows that, hey, there are people that care, there are people that are trying, there's us, there's many other people. And I just think knowing that, hey, this is an opportunity. This is us kicking the door in.
Yes. And don't be shy to message us if you have any questions. We are opening our hands anytime you need that help. We are here.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we're small, but size in terms of the size of our company doesn't really matter. It's the fight that we have, and it's the passion that is there. It's very, very huge, and I think that's another reason why I reached out to the Special Olympics and say, hey, we're small, but we got your back. These guys are a big company; they're a big thing nationwide.
Yes.
We're ants, but we're like, hey man, we're here. We got you. Let's run with this. Let's team up with someone who we got to team up with. And I think the more that they see that we're united, even if we're just a nonprofit like we are, or if you're another foundation, whatever it may be, if they see that connection, the stronger we can come. The stronger we become, the better we become.
Yeah, it's time for us to be reunited. It's that time.
Oh yeah, it's like who was it? The Beatles song, "All You Needed Is Love."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's so true. It's we stereotypes. That's the one word I've been trying to find is stereotypes. We need to stop the stereotypes. It's not like you look at someone that's disabled and be like, "Well, I'm going to become disabled." No, that's not going to happen.
No.
That's old wives' tale. I'll tell you what will happen if you don't show people decency is that your heart's going to get hard and cold. And that's sad to see someone go that direction.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely what's end the abuse, because it does affect those individuals. Very drastic for their whole childhood and for their adulthood. And it's no laughing matter. This is very serious. Let's show each other love and respect. Will go a long way.
Oh, it definitely. I agree. I think I was fortunate myself growing up, being able to get to see the world and experience the world in the way that I did. I think opened that door to see things in a way that I should.
Yeah.
That was necessary.
I definitely realized my parents, they put in one heck of a fight to help open these doors for me. So I just want to say thank you to my mom and dad and my aunt, because even my aunt even got involved in trying to get special education. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, I just don't have time to even teach them." But I just want to say thank you for you guys to really open those doors for me. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I praise all the parents. I have a lot of love and respect for the parents that heavily get involved in their child's life. That's the most amazing thing in the world right there, is to see a parent or parents care.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts, is with the parents showing that love to the kids.
And a lot of parents I know is they don't think they're doing enough, but they just got to realize you are doing absolutely perfect. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Believe me, they are noticing the fight you are giving them, and believe me, in the end, they're gonna really appreciate everything you have ever done.
Oh, definitely. And before I started working in the disabled community, I was working with kids, after school programs, preschools, and so on. And I loved it. One of the biggest things I loved and enjoyed when I was working in that profession was seeing a parent involved, seeing a parent that really cared. And I was like, so whenever I saw that, I was like 100 miles an hour, 110% for that parent, because I see that even if it was just as simple as, "Hey, I don't understand this. Can you help me understand this?" Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And to see that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna help this parent. I'm gonna be empowering this parent, because that was so awesome to see.
Yeah.
Our educational system has a lot to improve upon in terms of working with the parents, working with the disabled community. We've come a ways, but we still have a long ways to go.
Yes. We do. We need to start working hard on that for us all to be a unit.
Yeah, because one of the things I do here in terms of teachers, not all teachers, but one of the biggest struggles I hear, or oftentimes hear, is I have this amount of many kids, I got this much amount of time, I need help. And you may not necessarily be saying it in that particular way, but in terms of, you can hear it in their voice, you can see it in the eye, they're like, "I need help." If you got 40 kids in a classroom and you're a high school teacher and you got up to 300 something kids a day, and you have a chance where a kid's going to slip right on through and not get that help.
Yeah. I know I was struggling in high school, and I think God brought a teacher who literally when I needed help, she had open arms, full listen. She went right there with me, And I just want to definitely say thank you, Ms. Zelstra. She's in heaven right now. I just appreciate everything you have done. Thank you. Much love.
Yeah, and but I think we need to definitely get to that point where we can support the kids. I mean, our kids, whether they're disabled or not, still need that support. They still need that hey, we're here for you. But
that patience.
Oh yeah, and
it's the biggest thing. Just have patience.
I think for the disabled community, I can't speak for all of them, but if I were to say something that if they were able to express something, I would say one of the biggest things I would hear would be, please be understanding.
Yes.
Please be understanding. And I honestly, I think that's one of the biggest things I would say that they would, if I wanted anyone in that community, they'd be like, please, please be understanding.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree.
And not all of them are able to speak. I mean, they might have certain things or whatever, but their communication is not always a verbal thing. It's going to be, could be a certain gesture with the hands. It could be a certain grunt, whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's how I had to communicate when I was younger. I had to do with sign language because for a long period of time, doctors said, "Oh, Brett will never talk. He'll never do it." So for quite a while, I've been doing sign language for quite a while, and then eventually I just started talking and can't stop ever since.
I can think of that. But yeah, and that's so true. Just take 5 seconds and just listen. You may not always understand right away, but in good time.
Yeah, it takes time.
So just be patient. I mean, myself, I'm ADD with tendencies of hyperactiveness, so it's like I know what it means to try to say something, and you're just over here, and the person next to you is like, okay, dude, breathe, man, just breathe. And you're like, I am breathing. Are you breathing? No, I'm breathing. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I am who I am, and if you like it, cool. If not, well, maybe one day you can learn to understand things,
Yeah, I'm really glad I got to meet you, and I know we just hit it off first thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Learned a lot.
And I think, having someone who understands, like in our situation when we first came to know each other years back working in the program, once you find that, run with it, take advantage of that. Because you just never know how long it's going to be there. You just never know, am I going to get more of this down the road? There's too many unknowns.
Yeah.
So, when you find that one person that can really help you, soak it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Soak it all in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because it's just the simplest stuff can make someone's life better.
Yeah.
Just a simple smile and a hello. Change someone real quick,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, is there anything, before we get to the point where we say goodbye for the day, is there anything else you'd like to add, or is there something that you want to say to everybody out there?
Like I said, for I've seen presentative of abuse and stuff like that, it really makes me sick to my stomach to see what people do to people with disabilities. It's really disturbs me. So I'm just really asking, please, what's in the abuse, what's in a bullying, start showing some love and support. No matter what the disabilities are, just show them some passion, please.
Yes, I second that. I agree with you. It is just, I know it can be frustrating, and I know there's times where people just hit their limits, but at the end of the day, just walk away, collect yourself.
Yes.
Just take that time to make sure that you're okay so you don't cross that line.
Mm-hmm. And you're not alone. You'll have somebody right there and just say, okay, I just need a break. Can you just sit for a while, so I, it's like I had time to kind of breathe and set myself back. So when I go back in, I'm fresh. I got back to that happy attitude, and that's
Yeah, and just make sure. And I think for all the care providers out there, for all the families that have children or older family members that are in another adulthood, take care of yourselves. I mean, it's important that you make sure your own mental health and well being is in a good place, because it's too easy to get to the point where you become overwhelmed and stressed to that point where you just break. And once you do that, there's no return.
No.
So make sure you take. I just like to encourage all the caretakers and families out there. Take care of yourselves. We understand. If you need to step back for a minute, just take that second and just take a deep breath, and then just I'm good. Let's go and do this.
Yeah, because the individuals, they'll see that personality, your attitude, and it's going to affect them. So that's the last thing you want it to do, is to affect them. So if you need time to kind of put the pause and have time to kind of cut yourself, try to do so. You don't want them to see that. You want to keep where you see that's happy, good lucky.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say probably a third of behaviors that are shown are due to the fact that they're, like you were saying, that they're feeding off of how you're feeling yourself, and they're in their own ways they may be trying to help you, but don't have the way to do it, or they might be reading it and realize maybe whatever it may be, that they're going to have this behavior, and it's going to only intensify things.
Yeah.
So, and I would say at least a good third of their behaviors are due to that. So that's where you start seeing someone who might snap and take a swing at someone, or get angry to where they take the food away, or whatever it may be at that point. So that's why I like to stress that fact, to make sure you're mentally up here in a good place. Because if you're good up here, you're going to be good here.
Yeah.
And so take care of yourselves. Make sure love on your family members to get disabilities, and those of you that are out in the community, that take the time to be understanding, to be supportive, to step in and help out. Thank you for that. Keep on doing that. Just really encourage you on. Keep going. It's appreciated. For those that are not helping, but they're looking in from the outside, we just love you guys to keep trying to make the effort to understand, keep getting in there, to try to grow, get better. There's a lot of us out there that would be more than happy to sit down with you. We'd be more than happy to show you and guide you along the way to have a better understanding of this world.
Yes. We are here. Any questions, just let us know. Go on our website. We will gladly point you the right direction, and any questions like what Wes was saying, we would gladly answer those questions for you.
And you can get us here at Oregon Angels 2021 at gmail.com. You can get us at any time. I constantly check the emails throughout the day, so I'm constantly checking for anything, any questions or anything like that. I'm always looking out for. Brett, I believe you, to some extent, when you get an opportunity.
Yeah, I'm constantly looking on there, so please just we are here to help. So if you need that help, we are here.
Oh, and even if you just need to have that moment where you send off an email and just need to vent and have someone read it, hey, we're okay with that.
Yeah, we're totally fine with that.
If you just have hey guys, I was thinking this and this. What do you think? Well, more likely we'll get an email back from the both of us. So you'll get all sorts of great information that way too. So I'll send something, he'll send something. So don't worry, we'll get to you right away.
Yes.
And if you don't hear from us, don't feel too bad. We might be trying to get to everybody as soon as quickly as we possibly can, but we will get to you.
Yes, you're very, very, very important.
So it's about you guys and about making this world better.
Yes.
So we're there. We're in the trenches with you guys, so don't worry. So what's that, Brett? Everybody, I'd like to wish everybody a good night. Brett,
Good night.
good night, and be safe out there.
Yes.
And
Be good with each other.
yes, you too, young man. Thank you again. Until next time, be safe.